officially closed out an old cycle for myself. And I actually cried and I looked in the mirror and thanked myself for being strong enough to get me through that season with the limited knowledge that I had of myself, and being somebody who was coming into myself and coming into learning myself and learning when I'm holding my energy or holding other people's energies, and being able to stand on my own and create boundaries, and also learn that I don't have to be so tough and I do not have to be numb, because numbness is not strength. Numbness, from a standpoint of how powerful our emotions are, numbness is weakness, because I can't face what can hold me up and hold me too much. To hold me up and put me in a place where I do not have room to be able to receive if I'm holding on to these past emotions and also experiences. And I have come to a point, and I'm coming to a point where I'm at a threshold of surpassing being able to be touched by old things from my past, whether that be people or behaviors. I have reached higher levels, but I know that there are new devils. And it's not something that I'm saying that as in materialistic or anything like that, but I'm saying that I have built a resilience in myself that took 5 years. And I deserve to be proud of myself for 5 years of work. Even when I made mistakes, even when I treated myself badly during this 5 years, even when I had to learn how to talk to myself a little bit better, even though sometimes I still talk to myself not as well as I want to talk to myself, but getting into a space where I can acknowledge and correct myself and others, and not see that I'm always going to have the right answer or the right thing, because nobody is. You can spend your whole life and you will never have all the right answers. Allowing myself to be humble enough to know that I can learn more, but still understanding and acknowledging my own power and my own wisdom. That is something that I'm so happy to be able to say, that I'm grounded in who I am, and I'm grounded in what I've learned, and I'm grounded in the fact that I have surpassed my own self when it comes to my thought process, even being able to even speak on this matter. Even being able to cry on camera, because I love the people that I'm talking to more than I love my pride and keeping my stories private. I put myself in a position where I have been vulnerable over these past couple of months and the past years, talking to people and talking about stuff. And although some people do not understand, or they think that I think I'm better than them because I speak on these issues, it comes from a place of me wanting people to be able to have this information, because along this journey I have met people twice my age who have still not grasped the idea that these pains that they are holding are not theirs always. Sometimes it's been passed along by generation and generation, and sometimes it's time for you to let them go. It's time for you to realize when it is you who is hurting yourself and making yourself hurt by continuously allowing different things, when it is you who is creating narratives within yourself so that you can feel justified to behave the way you do, because you want to argue or you want to put yourself in a position where you have to be spiteful or manipulative or have a mechanism. I have surpassed the time period where I had to use toughness and reverse manipulation, still manipulation, to protect myself from people who shouldn't have been in my space in the first place. I've gotten to a point where I don't have anybody around me in the friend state that I feel like I have to hide what I'm doing or how I'm doing or what's going on in my life, because I don't trust the people that's around me. That's not fair to me to surround myself around those energies. And it's people that are 40 years old who sit around and talk like what they would classify our ages to talk like. I'm only 24 years old. I spent my first half of my 20s, before my frontal lobe has fully even developed, trying to find myself, trying to find peace in myself, trying to remember, mend, and acknowledge my pains, and let them be pains and let them heal, and let them be able to know that they are loved, and let my shadow and my darkness and my shame know that we do not have to coexist in a space where light is in abundance. They don't have to coexist. My shame does not have to coexist in a place where there's an abundance of light that is sent for me. God did not put me in situations for me to sit there and be like, I'm not going to show up, and I'm not going to show up and put myself in a place where I can put my foot forward and learn a lesson from the things that I have went through, instead of constantly reliving the experiences by new people that I'm bringing into my life. And God has put me in a place where I understand when I am repeating cycles and when I am making genuine connections and learning how to actually stop being cool when people are not aligned with what I want, instead of letting it go on just because I want to play nice. That is such a growth thing. I know people who are 60, 50, 40, 30 years old who are still doing it. It's people that do this their whole life. And this thing about it is, it's normal for us. It's normal for us. It's normal. And it's not something that I'm saying like I'm boasting. I'm saying that I'm proud of myself for being able to do this. And I'm getting on here and saying this because I'm not a person who has ever not shared what I wanted to talk about. I have never not shared my journey. Even when I was walking through it and I did not even know what's going on. Anytime I've walked through something and I didn't even know what's going on, I always share my journey. Why? Because people deserve to know that everybody don't got it put together, even though they feel like I'm self-righteous and they feel like I'm better than them and they feel like I'm perfect. It doesn't exist. So I show the parts of me that are unlikely to be admired by people, so that they can understand my humanness and understand my humility, so that they can be able to know that they can do it too. And anybody who lie on me or have a bad story, because I bet you probably do if you don't play with me. If you got a bad story with me or you made one up, continue to share it, because all you are doing is showing them the change is possible. I'm not around none of them no more. That's the thing. I've gotten to a point where I'm not around nobody from my past no more. Nobody can be bringing up nobody can be saying they in my space and talking about me. Nobody can say they be in my face or lying to me and going to places and speaking on my business. Nobody can do that. I don't have nobody around me doing that. And I'm also proud of myself for being able to let go of people that I knew that I wanted to have in my life forever. People who I had to actually leave children. I had to leave children. I had to leave children who thought of me as family and called me auntie. I've had to leave children who thought of me as cousins. I've had to leave children who thought of me of different things because of the fact that I had to respect myself and the mission that God has placed on my life more than my connections and familiarity. I love the people that I left. And there's not a reason for me to feel any type of hatred or dislike for anybody who I've left, even if they have stabbed me in my back. But the thing about it is, it gets to a certain point of you taking the high road and being patient that the knife in your fucking back just hurts so fucking bad that you're going to end up stabbing them with the knife, taking it out of yourself and stabbing them repeatedly. And then you're going to be the villain. And it gets to a point where it's like that. So sometimes you got to walk away, because I would never want to put myself in a position where I turn all the good things that God has done in my life and all the times that God has put me in lessons so that I can build a fucking martial, fucking military warrior ass fucking mindset, a beast mindset. Put me in these positions. Why the hell would I put myself in a position to rot? Even if it looks small. And I was telling a friend from high school when I saw him, I said, it's a time and it's to get to a point of your situation where you got to look and see, why the hell was I dealing with these people? Not my friends. Why did I get into certain situations? How did I get there? You got to trace back. When you done experience some bad things, you got to trace back, because, baby, you are involved. You got to trace back. What have I normalized? What has my nervous system normalized for me to allow this behavior? What have I put myself in to allow me to think that this behavior is normal? Certain things are not normal. I have went to my friends' houses and seen different things that are not normal. No. I have put myself in situations where I've seen things that are not normal. And also, I have been in situations where I've seen that things are not normal for me. What I have going on, you know? And yes, everybody live different and everything's different, but at the same time, we all have similar core values. We have similar core values. And if we say we're going to actually have them, we got to move on them. Or we just destined to get hurt. We destined to get hurt. We be put in these positions where we are being shown something. We do not be put in situations to not be shown or taught something. Every single time you walk into a situation and you normalize the behavior, you need to backtrack your whole entire life and see where this has been shown before, because you are a computer. You are just something that's storing data. Your subconscious mind stores data. And instead of your subconscious mind allowing your conscious mind to be in control, your subconscious mind is mostly in control because you have been programmed to think from your subconscious mind. So when you think like that and you put that way, you are not thinking about why this is the life that you are using. This is not the life that you really want. You have been programmed. You have been programmed to accustom to these values. You have been programmed to accustomed to toxicity. You have been programmed to allow yourself to be put in bad situations. And then you sit there and you say you're a victim, but you are the person who is programmed, allowed your program to continuously repeat itself and create new neural pathways to be able to continue to be that way. You are constantly creating a repetitive thing that's going to tell you, I like this more. Every single time you're in a situation, this is what happens. These are positive, these are negative. You are constantly making new points for this one, and you are not making points for this one. So this one feels good for your brain. Understood? This feels good for your brain. So when you watching TV, when you in these situations, when somebody constantly yelling at you, when somebody constantly putting their hands on you, when somebody constantly threatening you, when somebody constantly bullying you, when somebody constantly gaslighting you, manipulating you, lying to you, telling you you don't know nothing, they are making you understand that this is the reality that you are choosing. And then you sit there and you ask, why me? Why this is happening to me? Why? What is happening? What has happened? What has happened? We gotta backtrack. I have to backtrack. I had to see, why did I accept this and why did I sit there for so long? Why did I deal with the guys that I dealt with for so long? 3 months. Somebody put their hands on me. At 3 months. And I didn't feel or notice somebody would put their hands on me. And I could have almost died. Somebody choked me onto a surface. Not in the way that I could get up. Somebody who was over 200 pounds. And I live to be able to examine my behavior so that I will not be put in that situation again. I don't think it's cool. And the thing about it is we normalize so much shit, y'all think this shit is cool. Then we sit here, and then you have kids, and your kids think it's cool, and then they do the same shit as you because it's their brain. Their brain is connected. Their brain got the same goddamn patterns as your damn brain. They ain't connected. The DNA is the same, but the brain is watching the same goddamn programming. So, of course, it's going to reboot to that. It don't know shit else. And when it's time for it to learn some regular shit, it's going to think it's a virus and try to knock it out. It will have to be pushed on it. And that's what you got to do within yourself. You got to push. You got to push and detox and goddamn put yourself in goddamn restraint to remember who the fuck you are. deserve more. And people hate when and the thing about it is, people hate when I talk about this shit, and they think that I think I'm perfect or I ain't been in those situations. Nigga, I can write a whole fucking movie. I can write a whole movie. Everything I say, I deserve to be able to say it. And I ain't had nobody picking me up and picking my pieces up. I ain't had nobody listening to me tell my stories. All of them. We can only hear a piece because they can only hold a piece. I'm around people who don't have the capacity to hold all that was me. So I had to turn into a beast. So when I talk about these things, I earned the badge to be able to talk about these things. I read the books. I did the research. I sat and I got the downloads. I meditated. I talked to God. I read my Bible. I did what the fuck I had to do. And I'm still gonna do it because I still don't know shit. I still don't know shit. But I know enough to know that God done placed this on my heart. God done placed me to be this person of wisdom ever since a child. I always been like this. I always been a person to correct some shit. Even when we went to a buffet, they said my age wrong. I still corrected them. Why? Because I had the morale to want to tell the truth. I wanted the truth out. I wanted the truth to be in the reality. Always. I've always seen things. I've always seen what is right and what is wrong. I've always been that way because God made me that way for a reason. Because I'm a messenger for the people, for them to help. That's why I'm here. And I feel like that's why I've been through the things that I went through. I had to be strong. Because who going to be a leader in that week? How I'm going to build a ladder for other people and I'm weak? How I'm going to build a ladder and I'm not able to say and speak? How I'm going to build a ladder and I'm not allowing myself to cry and be vulnerable in front of people? So I had to do so. And if it's annoying, and if you think I'm better than you, okay, cool. Get the fuck off my page. Hello? I don't get on your shit. I really don't even be seeing people's shit like that. To even be annoyed for anybody. I support every fucking body. And that's why it be freaking weird to me. Because it be the same person who will want some shit or want to be around me. They'll do that. Because you really don't value yourself enough to understand that it ain't really about me. It's what you see when you look at me. It's what you see in yourself when you look at me. And you don't see enough of yourself when you look at me. And that's messed up on your part. And it'll come a day where when the things that I talk about that's annoying or you think it's self-righteous, it's going to hit you in the head and you're going to be like, damn, that little girl was right. That little girl or that girl was right. Whatever you call. She was right. She had her head on a swivel. I already know. And sometimes I might not be right for you. And I have the humble mindset to know that maybe I may not be right for you. And I accept it because you may not be right for me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to use my voice because that's what God needs me to do. I don't know who I can save because the things about it is these 5 years saved my life. Especially the situation that I'm in right now. I have had all the ample amount of time to sit here and think about every single year that I can remember because some years I can't even remember. I can't even remember past a certain age. But one thing I know for sure is I'm going to make sure I leave these videos behind. I leave something behind for people to actually be able to be seen and know that they can do better. It ain't never said out of hatred. It ain't never said out of jealousy. Ain't nothing I never said out of jealousy. Especially when I tell people they can't be alone or they need to be alone or they need to stop being in a relationship, they need to sit by themselves. I'm telling you right now, you choosing the bad dudes because you scared to be by your damn self. And then you wonder why. I had the last bad dude. And I was like, I'm not finna date no more until I figure this out. Because I'm continuously learning. Forever. Till I die, I'm going to continuously learn. Every single day. It don't matter if it's something that y'all can see. I'm going to make sure I'm getting me some missions done and some accomplishments. And it don't have to be something that can be seen. Hello? What the fuck? I've been working my ass off these couple of months. I can't even get a break in my damn sleep. And whatever come after this season, I earned everything. Because I put in work. I put in work when I was in the shop. Every single trip that y'all saw, I put in nights. No sleep. Everything I ever had after high school, I put in fucking work. My rent for the shop, it had it paid. Me. Couple times I had my granddad pay me my stuff, but me. I had my shit together. And I could be looking like I ain't doing nothing. I could be looking like I ain't got nothing, anything. You don't know what I've been doing. And I probably will never tell people what I be doing for myself, or having to make sure that I applying myself here and trying to break these curses, because when it's time for me to get out the nest, I want to be able to get out the nest and be free. I don't want to be chained to what my past said. I have gotten to a point where I do not ruminate. I do not ruminate on my past. I do not ruminate on my exes. None of that. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say I'm touching the threshold. And I'm only on here saying these things because I really want somebody to know things are possible. And this is my little crash out, because people be really playing with me. And the crazy thing about it is people do not be knowing me. And it's actually very hard to exist where nobody is really seeing you for real, but everybody love you, or a lot of people love you, but they not seeing you. They seeing they self and parts of they self. And that's okay sometimes. But make sure you have some space to actually see me. And it hurts. It actually hurts. And that's why I prefer to be by my damn self, because people do not see me. And I am so in tune that I can literally see that you don't see me. And somebody gonna say that's crazy. But shit, if you could literally trade with me for a week, you would literally, yeah. But yeah. And everything that's coming for me, everything that's coming towards me and being for me, that's God. And God gave it to me because of the fact that I'm working for Him. And it is nothing that I do not deserve, because I work for Him. I work for God. 555 on my timer. And yeah. All that rah-rah, all that old stuff, all these people who from my past, I actually cannot see you. I'm literally at the point where if I look back now, I'm going to turn into a pillar of salt. I'm at a point now where I really barely even want to have a conversation. I barely want to check a page. I barely want to see a video. If I see a video pass my screen, I might block it. If I feel your energy off, I might block you. If I feel something weird, I might block you. If I feel something off, I might get rid of you. Why? Because I actually do not have time for things that are on a level or entertained by people who are not walking in my new season with me. And not because they're not beautiful, but because shit, God said they ain't. Because they don't belong in my new season. The same way I do not belong in theirs. And I hope theirs is bountiful. I hope theirs is beautiful. I ain't never been one of them people that's spiteful. And I don't care if somebody stab me in the back and twist them motherfucker. Oh well. You was hurting. I was hurting. We all was hurting. I excuse you. But I will not allow you to cripple me. Because if you cripple me, you might risk somebody's damn life in the future. Just by crippling me. And I could save somebody, or somebody could literally see what God is do for my life and see that they deserve to continue to live. Oh, hell no. I don't got time for that shit. You have to go. And it would never be a time where I would say, oh, I'm gonna bring you back into my life. It would never happen, because I literally have gotten to a point where I cannot afford it at all. I can't afford it. And this is my TED Talk. I'm gonna get off of here.